God damn it.
How's it going, gamers? Another day, another video. In this one I'm going to be talking about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This is the closed beta. I'm playing it on the PlayStation 4 and the closed beta is available from September the 5th till the 8th. At the moment they've got a bit of maintenance on, so I've only managed to jam the first half an hour of the game, but from what I'm seeing so far I'm hyper impressed with it. I do, however, have a few concerns, but we'll get into that later. With this being a beta or an alpha or whatever, anything like that, I've always got to keep it into my head that this is an appetizer. It's a taste of things to come. It is not the final product. They're going to add things, they're going to take things out. There's going to be a lot more content that you've yet to see, whether it's with the story or actual items in game and various other bits. And also you're always going to have problems, whether it's going to be with the mechanics, whether it's going to be with lighting, texture, sound, things like that. So the best thing you can do when you come across things like this isn't whinge, isn't get upset about it. It's to provide as much feedback as possible to the developers, so if they're aware of it or not, it's something they can work on and improve and polish up before the final product is actually released. So yeah, just try and give the developers as much feedback as you can, and that's all you can do really. So yeah, I've been a Tom Clancy fan since day one. I really loved the original Rainbow Six. I started getting into Thunder Island because of it, and then since then there's only one literal series of games with his name on it that I don't really enjoy, and that's the Division 1 and 2. I did, however, blast that Dark Zone like crazy on the original Division, but when it came to the storyline, when it came to most of the missions and things like that, I just couldn't get into it. It just seemed insane sometimes. Shotguns are like sniper rifles, people are like bullet sponges. It just took a lot of the realism away from what I expect to come with a Tom Clancy game. But still, at the end of the day, this is my own personal preference and my own opinion, because Division 1 and 2 has a massive fan base. There's a hell of a lot of gamers out there that really do enjoy playing it. So it's just down to what you're into and what your own preferences are. And unfortunately, when it came to the Division, it's just not my cup of tea. Still, that's just how it works. So with that being said, yeah, I really enjoyed Wildlands, and this is one step above all of that. Sure, we had problems, don't get me wrong, like with the helicopter controls and mechanics when it was first released, but if you look at the way Wildlands was first released, all the way through its roadmap, the community content, the additional free stuff we've ended up getting along the way has been absolutely amazing. And they've worked very hard to try and keep the player base hooked and continuously having something new to unlock. Yeah, it did get a bit ridiculous with the Predator and stuff, but I really enjoyed all that. I got really into it, trying to kick that guy's ass. But yeah, overall, Wildlands was amazing. So if this is how Breakpoint's going to start, and it's going to end up going through the same process with its community roadmaps, additional content dropping, so on and so forth, I really cannot wait for this to start kicking off. I really can't wait for the day this is released. Get on it and see what Ubisoft developers are going to end up introducing to us in the future. From what I've seen so far, because the game's under maintenance for 10 minutes, well, the beta, I only managed to play about 40 minutes of it, and I'm in love. I really am. Like I say, I've got a few concerns, but from what I've seen so far, the environment, the way the weather system is, the way your structures and your compounds look so far, I'm really impressed with it. There's still vehicles in it. So a lot of it's open world, exactly like Wildlands were. So yeah, you've got your vehicles, you've got helicopters, you've got bikes, you've got SUVs, buggies, you name it. And there's also a store now, so you can see a lot of the things to come. You can change all your attire or your weapons, this, that, and the other. But one of my main concerns is I'm seeing gear score. It's like your gears at certain levels. Now I get, obviously, when it comes to weapons and equipment in the military, that some are more superior than others. But I really hope that elements of the division is certainly not bleeding its way into Breakpoint, because that would put me off playing this entirely. Ghost Wars, the PvP, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, obviously, you know, you're going to have some armour that's thicker than others, but it slows you down, yeah? Your lightweight and your heavy armour have pros and cons, which make you choose whether or not you're going to use it. And it's the same with your weapons and various other pieces of equipment. So if this is getting to a point where I'm a low gear score, and my opponent's a really, really high gear score, and that makes them bullet sponges, I will certainly not be impressed with this title for one bit. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping this is my own paranoia. I've yet to open up this beta itself. I've yet to see a lot of the things to come, but I just hope it's basically just paranoia. Because there's other things I've seen as well, like mechs. Yeah, there's like half of DARPA's wet dreams have been added into this game. Now, I have not been looking too deeply into it, whether it comes to, the developer stories and how they're coming along with it. It's because I want a lot of it to be a surprise, but I've seen screenshots of bicentennial walking vehicles, if you will, that are drones. So that's got me a bit 50-50, but I do realise the story's gone from drug cartels to private military contractors. There's a lot of betrayal elements added to it and certain other things, and this is all down to, I'm guessing from the looks of it, an AI drone development company that has started off for the benefit of mankind, but has somewhere along the way spiraled out of control. There's also what looks like rogue ghosts, and this is another thing that's got me with it raised eyebrows, because I've seen this before. And I really do hope it's not the same recycled thing, because if it is, they could have really capitalised on old ideas. Them being Ghost Recon Phantoms. Now, Ghosts and Phantoms are the same thing, except for the Phantoms split away from the Ghosts. They turned against them, and this was all over a weapons company, and the way the governments were literally allowing these weapons companies to take over and various other bits. It was a brilliant multiplayer game with a great story, and I really hope this is different, because if it's not, they could have capitalised on the old script. They could have got the old storyline together and made some, that's the foundation of the old Phantoms game. But that's just me looking at the overall story of the Ghost Recon team and squadron and battalion and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, I might have my wires crossed, and it's not going to be the case. Looking at the way the firefights are so far, I've yet to be in a massive one. I've yet to infiltrate compounds with a lot of guards and get my sneak on. But the firefights and the bullet mechanics and the way everything is at the moment, it just seems like it's fresh out of Wildlands and slightly improved. The terrain's amazing, the weather patterns, like I say, the sounds you actually make as you're crossing a lot of these terrains. So far, so good. I've had my hands on with an assault rifle and a sniper rifle, the SVD, and I'm enjoying the way they kick, the way they sound, the way they operate, all of that. I ended up coming across a Chris Vector, which I've yet to test out, because I love them freaking Vectors. So I can't wait, I really can't wait to get further into it. Like I said, there's a bit of maintenance at the moment. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to be banging straight into it. I'm also waiting for a few lads to pop on so we can get a decent squad together and really crack this bad boy open. So overall at the moment, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, but I do have some concerns. One of them concerns could put me off playing the game as a whole, but I really hope it's not the case, and it's just me being paranoid. I've nothing more really to add. I just hope that they stick to the guns. They ended up going back to basics with Wildlands and having a look at the way everything worked, and they created something brilliant, and there's absolutely no reason they can't capitalise on this. You have as well what looks like a camp. It's like a little hub you see all the people in who run your
SHAREfactory.
server or whatever. There's a store there, so you can get to see like the weapons, the equipment, the vehicles, and various other bits that you can work towards gaining. But unfortunately, what I think I saw was either the currency. There's two currencies. It's either there's one currency and you can earn that currency in game, and if that's the case, that's brilliant. But it also looks like there might be a microtransaction currency, and I really hope that's not the case. For like a separate one, if it's the same one, like you can either earn this stuff in game or buy it out of game, I don't really give a crap about that. But if there's items I cannot buy without having to invest money in, you know, like anything, I won't be happy with that. I understand that at the end of the day, they have season passes, they have this, that, and the other, but they're things that are available to people for a limited time. And then eventually they're unlocked for everybody, and you've got to grind your ass off to be able to unlock them. I hope we're still going down that road, and what I saw was just the currencies in red because I actually can't afford that item at that time. But who knows? I just hope it's not going to be one of them where you've got in-game currency and then you've got out-of-game currency. They're two separate things, and only certain items are going to be available for one or the other. I just hope it's not like that. But at the end of the day, if it is, what can you do about it? Don't let it put you off the game, because a lot of these things are just cosmetics. And if people want to go out and blow money on cosmetics, that's up to them. It's not going to be no pay-to-win crap. I can guarantee that. So, yeah. The sound so far, the ambience, everything, all of it, the lighting, everything, the way everything's coming across, it really does look good, especially for a closed beta. So, you know, I'm thinking this might get polished up a little bit more, but it doesn't really need to, because you're always going to struggle with the really fine details in open world games. So it's best not to glare on them too much. But yeah, so far with everything, it looks like it's alright. So I just want to get into the storyline, see what all that's about, and also get into some, like I said, some decent firefights, ambush a few squads, and this, that, and the other. Anyway. So that's what I've got to say about it so far. Like I said, I've only played half an hour of it. I did cut the introduction out on this video because I didn't want it to be 4 minutes into the video before I actually open my mouth and start giving some commentary. But still, at the end of the day, I've said what I've got to say now, so I'm just going to let the rest of the video play out, let you see for yourself what's what, and then, yeah, that's it basically. Then jump in on a squad with my buddies before I have some tea and crack it open. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody out there. I really do hope you enjoy the video and what's still left to come. If you did, please like the video, and don't forget you can subscribe to the channel, and you'll get notifications from YouTube as soon as our videos goes live. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and good gaming out there.
I can wait. Your man's getting medical treatment. Follow the trail behind the ancient ruins. Your destination is in the mountains between two waterfalls.
Understood. Ghost lead out. Who are you? I was invited. Who the hell are you?
Another one. You can always turn around and go back down the mountain.
Things are a little tense, you know? Just watch how you handle that weapon. We don't allow shooting in Erewhon.
And what's Erewhon?
The cave. So we call it. Get in.
What is this place? Are you boys all right or what?
We're the only two left in our chalk. No radio, no drones. Between the two of us, we got 2 rifles and 8 mags.
Locals got water here. And some supplies.
Can you believe this place, man? God damn.
My mind's blown.
Yep.
They're friendly more or less, but they're still keeping us on a short leash.
You boys know what took out our birds?
No clue. But there are definitely hostiles out there.
Tangled with some troops out there who were calling themselves wolves. You know who we're dealing with?
Now you're dealing with me. You the one in charge here?
Who's asking?
My call sign's Nomad. I'm the officer in charge of this operation.
By operation, I assume you mean the massively wild screw-up.
Hey, old man. You playing nice?
I'm just trying to find out why a bunch of grunts are falling from the sky into our laps, honey.
Well, someone sank a naval cargo ship off the coast. Then the entire archipelago overall went dark. Now, we were sent here to figure out what happened. Next thing we know, our choppers were taken down. Almost half of my soldiers are dead.
Best we can tell, there's some kind of military takeover. Sentinel, military contractors, they put this place under martial law, using the old boot-in-the-neck technique to enforce it.
Scaltech is still making all the high-tech stuff they always make. Except maybe now they're making more weapons. Not exactly the libertarian utopia Jay Skell advertised.
Where can I find Jay Skell?
The head of Skeltech himself. We haven't seen him, but his drones are keeping an eye on his islands.
So you think he's still a part of this?
We're just not sure why.
All right. Well, I'll put figuring it out on my to-do list. For now, I see our wounded.
Yeah. One of your guys needs to rest, but he won't shut up. Calm him down, yeah? And then come find me. I'll give you the guided tour.
Back. You get into any trouble out there?
Sentinel Patrol found one of my old trails. It'll take days to make a new one.
Let me know when...
are you, man?
Nomad. Who's left? Who made it?
Hey, you just relax, pal. I'm doing what I can.
You damn superhero. Here. Here's another superpower.
I can't find Midas. But Weaver... Hey, just relax, pal. We'll take care of it, all right?
And the Wasp.
Yeah. And with the comms blackout, I can't reach the ship. But I'll talk to Mad Shells, the big guy. He might have a boat I can use. Don't you worry. I'll come back with some help.
Go.
Try